Greetings, everyone. Here's my video for this week's Research Perspective blog. I really enjoyed creating our research prospectus because it gave me an opportunity to be creative, but also to see what it takes to actually extensively plan conducting research for a classroom environment. So our group chose to create a comparison between the ILT, which is the instructor-led training, versus the BYOD, bring your own device, in classroom environments. And it was great because we had so many angles that we can choose from with the BYOD topic. And we chose to show this comparison because a lot of the research that we had previously done for the wiki review talked about the universal elements or versatility of using BYOD, which is really fascinating. But nonetheless, there are still some limitations. So we chose to kind of highlight or explore those limitations instead of riding the bandwagon of, yay, BYOD is so great and there's no cons or no challenges. I like this facet of the prospectus because the comparison that we chose to do allowed us to see exactly how we would create or facilitate the environment of showing, okay, for certain disciplines, whether it would be best to use BYOD versus ILT. And we found that with math, for instance, there are certain element of concepts that while you could show in the virtual environment, it is better to kind of explain those concepts for the students based on the research that we explored. It's just better or might be favored more by the students to do it by hand or the normal way, so to speak. Same with writing. There were also some limitations that we found with writing and that you can't do virtually. And of course, there's a keyboard that comes with, the tablets and so forth. But, having a student write an essay, and things like that, actually using their handwriting skills. So some of those things we were able to highlight and capture in our research. And I really like that. Also, I like the idea of making me as a researcher think out every portion of the process for conducting a study such as this. So from, an IRB, I would have never considered something like that, getting permission and pre-planning prior to the study, with the schools and administrators and students, permission from parents, having all of the items needed, really determining what things you want to use, in terms of the equipment you want to use, tablets or whiteboards, and the lesson material that you kind of want to utilize to capture your research, how you're going to capture the research. Is it going to be recorded? Are you going to do surveys? What type of surveys? Electronic surveys or by hand survey? So it was just really a fascinating experience doing this prospectus because it really gave me an opportunity to see how much thought has to go into research. So I have a newfound respect for researchers, especially in the field of education, because it takes so much pre-planning prior to executing your research for a study. And especially when you're talking about technology, I thought approaching this that we were going to have so many other issues that we had to deal with that were electronic related because of the bring your own device. But nonetheless, it was quite the contrary. Yes, we did address as the group a lot of issues with technology, but we also got to take a look at the traditional, authentic learning environment where you can integrate technology or you can simply enhance the learning experience with the normal setting of a textbook or a handout and so forth. So for some disciplines, we found throughout our research that it is probably better just to go the traditional way. But this was a great assignment, and I look forward to continuing to see the finished product as we dig in and we find out more interesting facets of our study. Thank you.